Today is February 17th, 2022. You see before you in the photo Thelonious Sphere Monk, who is a great American musician, piano player, composer, improviser, and band leader. Monk was born on October 10th, 1917, and he died on this day exactly 40 years ago, February 17th, 1982. So today I'm going to read a poem. The poem was written by a man named Walter Cybulski, and Walter wrote this as a tribute to Monk after Monk died. It's called Thelonious Sphere Monk Goodbye. So Walter Cybulski was my boss briefly in the mid-1990s. I only knew Walter briefly, but at that time he and I shared our mutual love for music and jazz, in particular Thelonious Monk. So when Walter left that job, he gave me a copy of this poem. And Walter, if you happen to be out there somewhere, I hope you're doing well. I assume you're probably retired by now, but in any case, I hope you're well, and thank you for the great poem. I've really loved it all these years. I've read it many times, and decided to post a reading of it today. And if anybody out there is not familiar with the music of Thelonious Monk, I can encourage you to go seek it out immediately. As soon as you get done watching this, go listen to some Monk. And even if you're familiar with Monk, go listen to some Monk today if you can. And if you like the poem, and you want to seek out more of Walter Cybulski's poetry, he did publish a book of poems, at least one book, called Nothing to Say and Saying It. It's probably very difficult to find, though. I think it was very limited printing, but maybe some of you out there have a copy or can find a copy. So, and again, Walter, if you are out there, I hope this is okay. I'm reading your poem, and I hope you're well, and I hope you enjoy it. So here goes the poem. Thelonious Sphere Monk Goodbye, a poem by Walter Cybulski. T. Monk, Thelonious Sphere Monk, melodious thunk. Ah, Thelonious Sphere Monk Goodbye. From the brave notes of the crocuses that play to a cold house of sky this rainy February dawn. From the geraniums wailing rebellious red messages to the streets in bleak winter Harlem sunfire. From the blatant atonalities of traffic and babies wailing for morning milk in poorly heated rooms with sunlight pouring straight, no chaser, through the cracked panes of windows. Ah, serious, spurious Monk goodbye. From the ones who shouted and stomped and clapped and whistled while you did your intense, unpredictable dance. From the ones who hurried by, hearing only the odd affectionate plunkety-plunk, an erratic, ecstatic riff-ruff wonk on their way to their swift disappearance in the blue-black night. From those who heard you, didn't hear you, don't hear you, cared and cared less for you. And from their once and future ghosts, goodbye. Ah, Thelonious Tunious, goodbye. From the school children, the cool children, the black-white children, the red-yellow children, the intricate, delicate, oodly-noodly-doodly, rinky-tink, sweet potato, toy piano children, who dance with spontaneous wonder and wild enthusiasm at the sound of your personal plunk, your monumentally tranquil and powerful yet obviously delicate funk. Twinkling with the uproarious twilight brilliance of baby blue stars exploding with the laughter of fireflies flashing in the belly of a jelly jar. Adios. From the ones who held on to you after your soul played itself into bloopious, oblivious paradise, so that you would remain on the earth to transform the hopelessness of broken streets into avenues of hilarious candy. From those who just plain shook their heads and marveled that such a lost daddy was born. From those who themselves have yet to be born and open their ears and hear the wisdom of such impeccable foolishness. Luscious unpredictitude, impresarious melodoboom, ah, Belonious, cartoonious bebop adios. From the hot cats, the cool cats, the cock-a-doodle-doo cats, who took it upon themselves to slink and curl and meow with utter suavity at the slightest pinky fingering of your thunk. From the sizzle of the grease grills and the drizzle of lost mornings searching for truth in the solemn swirling abysses of blue mugs brimming with hot black coffee. From the cold, unopened aluminum can faces of the businessman the bought and sold man, the solid wallpaper, dim the window, shut the door, go home to the next installment of the bologna sandwich man, who had no idea, see ya, hit the road, take a hike, goodbye. From America, forever building, the same gas station, across the street from the same bank, around the corner from the same store, down the street from the same abandoned factory. Ugly beauty, well, you needn't ask me now, goodbye. From the buried rhythms of the tragic hearts, looking sorrowfully out on the hustle of the murderous, two-fisted, delirious, relentlessly dead serious world so long, hammering away at the one-note true drop, the mysterioso shoe drop, the new blue dewdrop, hip-hop skidoo bop, oppity pop, baloo bop, wham bam goodbye. From the old go-on daddies who will find out you are gone today and shed a tear for you today and go back inside their ho-hum houses and listen again and be truly surprised that a teardrop should suddenly wink and dance in the light that nevertheless still continues to shine from an unknown place in the universe, continues to twinkle, unwrinkle, plink, plunk, kerplinkle, unerring arrow of pure blue illumination shot from a distant, intense, hilarious moon, and the notes falling flat on their faces, rising hilariously backwards up the stairs all at once, and sliding slowly, suddenly, quickly, smoothly sideways across the expanse of the open morning sky to the dusty wooden landing where the cat lies dreaming and the spider walks by on the way to the fly goodbye. Ah, Thelonious, ah, melodious, explodious, ah, monk goodbye. Alone at last on the street corner of celestial Manhattan, dreaming sweet music, humming sweet cadences of the brittle gone tremolodiums of moth wings, circling the angelic halo of the last street lamp. Ah, Mr. Sirius, most mysterious, sphere goodbye. The stars will all be wearing different hats tonight. For you, Thelonious Monk.